Going somewhere?
Oh, very astute, Hank. Time for you and your brother Sam to pull out the noisemakers and party hats and celebrate my departure.
Nah. I think I'll just pop a couple beers to celebrate never laying eyes on you again. What made you change your mind?
I've been asked to go on an important photo shoot for News Time. After that, I haven't really decided where I'm gonna go.
Well, if you really loved Grace, wouldn't be back here. You're forever claiming that all you care about is her happiness.
That's because it's true. But I'm not convinced that Sam being with Grace will make her happy. In fact, I'm sure it will lead to heartbreak and tears. Sam may care dearly for Grace, but he's in love with another woman. And that woman's name is Ivy.
My son, our son, Ethan, he hates me.
No, he doesn't. Ethan loves you very much.
No, not anymore. You saw the way he lashed out at me. Teresa is the one who lied to him about being married to Julian, but he blames me as much as he blames her. What am I going to do, Sam? He's all I have left.
That's not true, Ivy. You know that's not true.
Grace, this isn't what it seems. Really, I can explain.
Oh, don't bother, Ivy. I've heard it all before.
Ethan trusted me, and I betrayed him. I've never seen him so angry, so out of control, and he has every right after what I did, but I'm scared. I don't know where he went or what he'll do. God, I don't care what happens to me. I deserve whatever you see fit. But please, protect Ethan. Don't let him do anything that he'll regret. And I swear, I will do anything you ask of me. If you only help Ethan get through this terrible thing that I've done to him. Even if it means that he never looks at me. Or speaks to me again. Ethan.
Maybe the fortune teller was right. Maybe someday in the future we will get another chance together. You know what I wish? You know what I wish more than anything in this world? I wish that I could hold you in my arms again in this lifetime. I swear, I'd be there for you. I'd protect our love. I'd never give up on you.
Titanic. Iceberg. Could it be?
What? Why are you looking at her like that?
I know it's gonna sound rather strange, but I think I know who our Diana really is.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
It's only me. I should have known it was Ethan. So what happened? My mother called me and said that you might need a friend right now. It's over, Whitney. Ethan left me for good.
No, Teresa. Come on. Ethan is madly in love with you.
No. Not anymore. Your mother didn't tell you?
Tell me what? I don't understand.
Ethan knows that I married Julian in Bermuda. Ivy showed him a fax copy of the marriage license.
No.
And I tried to explain that Julian got me drunk and that I didn't know what was happening. And he wouldn't hear me. I've never seen him so angry. It was worse than the night that he found out he wasn't a Crane. Just one betrayal too many.
But Teresa, you can't give up. Right? I mean, you're not a quitter. You are Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald, a fighter till the end.
This is different, Whitney. I mean, even if I could get through to Ethan, Ivy made him promise that if he ever found out that I lied to him about anything, he would break up with me for good. I've lost him, Whitney. And my life might as well be over.
Come here. It's okay.
Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald.
I love you too, Ethan Crane.
This fax. These signatures. I recognize them. You're really married to Julian. You lied to me, Teresa. You lied to me again. Why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to me? Are you serious? You think you know who Diana really is?
Look, before I say anything more, promise me you won't think I've lost my mind.
Just tell me.
All right. Look, I've been talking to the guy who's staying in the room next door.
Right, the guy you nicknamed Number 9, the one who didn't come down to have dinner with us.
Yeah, and I told you that he came down to sail his friend's boat back to the States. Well, he's been telling me some more about his fiancée.
The one who died suddenly.
Well, not long after they fell in love, she told him about something that happened to her when she was a young girl. A fortune teller came to her birthday party. Only the fortune teller did much more than predict the child's future.
What did she say?
Specifically, that the young girl would someday meet and fall in love with a man that she'd fallen in love with many times before in previous lives.
Liz, come on. You don't believe that John Edwards stuff.
Oh, just hear me out, okay?
All right, fine.
The fortune teller said that the girl would meet this man and fall in love with him again in this life, but tragically. And that just as so many times before, they would be torn apart.
By what?
Now, look, the fortune teller described their earlier lives going way back, but she went into a lot more detail when she got to the most recent past.
How much wine did you have to drink tonight?
Brian!
Go ahead, I'm listening. You know, this...
Okay, listen. The fortune teller swore that this woman and this man sailed together on the Titanic. And they were young and carefree, and they thought that they would finally defy the odds and that they would live happily ever after together.
Oh, and then they hit an iceberg, right?
Oh, please, but there was another obstacle in their path before that. See, there was another man on board who was in love with a woman. And according to the fortune teller, that man came between them.
Wow. That is a great story. Now tell me what in the hell that has to do with Diana here.
You heard her? Come on, she keeps murmuring things about the Titanic in her sleep.
So, maybe she has a crush on Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't think that's it. But I can't help but wonder if she's remembering something that happened to her.
Well, this... Come on. There's no... Wait a second. Are you suggesting that Diana and this guy in the next room, you suggesting they have a connection?
It's a stretch, I know, but...
A stretch? It's the craziest thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth, Liz. For starters, the guy that Diana loved, he's dead. And out of all the things that she remembers about her past, that is the one thing that she is for sure about.
She's confused, Brian. Who knows what she remembers?
Okay. Okay, saying that she is confused. Does the guy next door, does he have amnesia too? Because he told you that his fiancée, he told you she died in a tragic accident. Now, it can't be Diana then, can it? She's very much alive.
I guess not. Just can't help but think that there's some connection there.
Yeah, in your dreams, Liz. You know, I never pegged you for being the gullible type, especially to think all that woo-woo stuff about fortune tellers and stuff like that. I'm afraid on this one, you're not wet.
Well, I believe you're afraid, Brian. Afraid I'm right.
Thank you. Liam.
They found me up here with all you fancy folk. They'll toss me overboard. Meet me inside.
You shouldn't have come. It's dangerous for you to be on this deck.
I couldn't stand being without you for another minute.
I want to be with you too. That's all I want.
And we'll find a way to make it happen. We'll find a way.
Titanic.
You've read the situation all wrong, pal. What my brother and Ivy Crane once had is long over. He loves one woman now, his wife, Grace.
Correction. Grace is my wife.
There's something that keeps nagging at me about your story. Just doesn't seem to add up.
Well, then maybe you should brush up on your math skills.
You see, when Sam first found Grace in that fire in Boston, they figured out her first name.
So what?
So, when she was admitted to the hospital, it was under the name Grace Doe. She was a patient there for quite a while. If you knew Grace had gone to Boston like you claim you did, why couldn't you find her? Surely one of the first places you would have looked would be the hospitals. But you've got some explaining to do, buddy.
Grace, I know what this looks like.
Yeah. The same way it looked earlier when I walked on the two of you together. What happened? Another explosion?
Grace, you have every reason to be angry. But yes, there was another explosion. Ethan. He suffered a terrible shock tonight and almost killed Julian. And if I hadn't been here, I honestly think that he might have gone through with it.
What happened exactly?
He found out that Teresa had betrayed him.
The little slut married Julian in Bermuda.
Teresa married Julian?
I'm afraid Ivy's telling the truth. She got her hands on a copy of the marriage license. Even Teresa couldn't deny it when she was confronted with it.
Oh my God, poor Ethan.
Grace, he is devastated. Worse than that.
Well, of course he was. I mean, he's in love with Teresa. And he was so looking forward to finally marrying her.
Not anymore. He's in bad shape. He lashed out at Teresa, Julian, even Ivy. And that's why I was here comforting her. I mean, we don't know where he is or what he's gonna do next.
I don't know what to say.
Just tell me you understand why I'm here with Ivy. Ethan is my son. He's in trouble.
Of course. You need to try to help him. You both do.
Thank you for being so compassionate, Grace.
Not so fast, Ivy. Just because I know how it feels to worry about a child does not mean I trust you a damn with my husband. You have used every trick in the book to try to steal Sam away from me.
I would never use our son's pain.
You see, Ivy, I think you are capable of using just about anything that comes along. And just because you and Sam need to see Ethan through this crisis does not mean I will let you use this as an opportunity to drive a wedge between the two of us. I'm putting you on notice, Ivy. I will not let anything come between me and Sam. Or anyone. I'm not going to let you use this unhappy situation with Ethan as an excuse to come between Sam and me.
Grace, I swear, that would never happen. Ivy knows how much I love you.
Do you, Ivy?
Absolutely. I have learned my lesson. Grace, I'm not proud of the tricks I pulled in the past to try to get Sam to love me. And I don't blame you for not trusting me.
I'm so glad we finally understand each other, Ivy.
At least it's a starting place. I'd give anything in the world if this tragedy hadn't happened to Ethan, but it has, and he's going to need the support of his mother and his father to get through it. Unless you're asking Sam to stay out of his son's life.
Of course not. I would never do that, not in a million years.
No wonder Sam loves you so much. It's not every woman who could get past her suspicions for the sake of her husband's child by another woman.
Grace isn't every woman. And you're right, Ivy. That's why I love her so much.
I understand. It's just finding out about Teresa and Julian. It was such a blow to Ethan. I don't know where he is or what he's going to do. And I really just need Sam's help with Ethan. That's all. You have my word.
You ask me, your story's full of holes. If you really tried to find Grace back then, you would have been able to.
How would you know? When Grace disappeared, I was out of the country on a photo shoot. When I came back and discovered she hadn't returned from Boston yet, I rushed over and tried everything I could think of to track her down. I was out of my mind with fear. I made a complete nuisance of myself, checking every hospital, shelter, soup kitchen, any place that I could think she could have turned up.
And nobody had any record of her.
You don't ask me why, but no. No, they didn't. Maybe she'd been released. I don't know. But the one thing I do know is, that I didn't know then, is that during that time, Sam fell in love with Grace and married her.
Something you seem to have a hard time remembering.
Not true. I think about it every day and night. But you know, the one thing that keeps nagging at me is how he pulled it off.
Pulled what off?
Marrying Grace and slipping her out of Boston without me even finding her. I've checked around, Hank, and I hear you haven't always been on the up and up, so to speak.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, I was just thinking, I mean, you've got a dark, shady side to you. Maybe it runs in the family.
My brother's not like me at all. He's always been an open book. Honest, upstanding, highly respected.
Oh, respect enough to maybe pull a couple of strings with some of his cronies, the Boston police force, maybe?
You're trying to turn this whole thing around to point the finger at Sam? When all the questions just lead right back to you.
Is that what you think?
Damn straight. There's something sketchy about you never showing up in Grace's life, until now, that is. I may not be as good a cop as my brother, but I have pretty good instincts. And they're telling me that there's more to you showing up here than you're admitting to. I think you're hiding something.
There's no way that Diana was on the Titanic in a past life with the guy next door.
So why is she talking about the same thing the man told me about just tonight?
I have no idea. Actually, I've got it.
Since when does Diana have a boombox in her room?
Since I lent her mine, Doc said it would help her sleep. Oh, and guess which CD she listened to last?
I am not in the mood for guessing games, Brian.
It's a CD. Movie scores. And guess which tracks are on it? The ones from the movie about the Titanic. So there's your answer right there. It was probably the last tune that she listened to, and now she's got it stuck in her mind, and she's having a dream about the movie. Case closed. Come on, Liz. You know that's it. She listened to the music about the movie, and now she's dreaming about it. There's nothing else. That's all.
I need to ask you a question. You believe in love at first sight?
I do now.
I knew I loved you from the moment I laid eyes on you. Somehow I know I always will.
I will always love you, no matter what.
Forever?
Forever.
Part of me was hoping that she would turn out to be that guy's fiance.
Even after he told you that she died?
Yeah, because if what he said was true, then it wouldn't have to be the end for them. You know, according to the fortune teller, they had lived and died over and over throughout ages. Guess I kind of like the idea that there could be a love so strong that it would survive throughout all time.
I might as well have shot a hole in his heart. The way Ethan looked at me. It was disbelief mixed with anger. Mixed with a kind of hurt that I've never seen. I love Ethan with every fiber of my being, and this is what I have done to him. He trusted me, Whitney. And I let him down in the worst possible way. I really hate to ask you this right now, but, does Ethan know that you slept with Julian?
No. And, you know, it was bad enough that he found out that Julie and I were married. I don't think that he could have survived knowing that we spent our wedding night the way we did. You know, as it was, Ethan tried to kill Julian with his bare hands. And I think that he would have if Sam Bennett hadn't pulled him off.
Then, Teresa, what we have to do is we have to pray to God that Ethan never finds out the whole sordid story. Okay? Or nobody's ever going to be able to keep him from killing Julian.
There's no two ways about it. Ethan would have killed Julian for sure if he found out that I slept with him.
Then he can't find out.
All I wanted to do was to prove to Ethan how much I love him. I mean, that's why I went down there in the first place. How could have an innocent idea like that have backfired so badly?
I hate to be the one to say that I told you so, Teresa, but you gotta understand.
I know. I know you warned me not to go down there and try to convince Julian to reinstating Ethan as his son. I'd give anything if I could turn back the clock. I'd listen to you this time, I swear I would.
Oh, honey, what am I gonna do with you?
There's nothing anyone can do. It's too late.
It's not too late. I mean, doesn't Ethan realize that Julian got you drunk? That you didn't know that you were marrying him?
Yeah, I tried to explain that, but Julian wouldn't back me up. He was too busy saving his own neck with Rebecca.
Oh, I totally forgot about Rebecca.
He told Rebecca that I got him drunk. That I tricked him into marrying me so that I could get my hands on the Crane money.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, but you know, Rebecca hates me so much already because of Gwen that she believed every word. And she gave Ethan an earful. But it doesn't matter. The bottom line is, I married Julian in Bermuda. And Ethan's never gonna forgive me for that. To be the cause of so much pain for the man that I love more than anything in the world.
And you don't know where he went?
I have no idea. I keep picturing him somewhere alone, all torn up over what I did to him. And there's nothing I can do to make it better.
If only that fortune teller you told me about was right all those years ago. She said that we fall in love over and over again throughout history. If that was true, then I'd have another shot with you. Wouldn't give for another shot. I would never let you go. Never.
Danik. Liam. I love you. You're here. I can feel it. I know you're near. I'm sure I'd feel the same way if our situations were reversed.
No, I don't doubt it for a minute.
Which is why it is very important for me to convince you that I have changed, Grace. Look at me. I'm sitting in a wheelchair, paralyzed from the waist down for who knows how long, probably forever.
Don't say that.
It's true. I might as well accept it. My life as I knew it is over. And I can honestly tell you both that I will never resort to any of my old game playing again. I mean, aside from the fact that I know better now, I also realize how futile it always was.
What are you thinking, Grace?
I'm thinking that Ivy's saying exactly what I hoped she'd say.
Well, it's from the heart, Grace. Every word. I just need Sam's help to support Ethan.
And you'll have it.
Thank you, Grace.
We'll check back with you later.
You're one in a million, Grace. A true saint.
Safe trip. Don't come back anytime soon.
If I stay away, it'll be because I decided it's best. Not because of anything you said.
Suit yourself, Hastings.
Yeah, it's me. Look, I've tried everything to break Sam and Grace up, and none of it is working. I don't know what else to do.
And thank you so much for being so understanding about Ethan.
I'd do what I could for anyone who'd suffered a shock like Ethan just did. Especially your son. And as for all the kudos for being saintly, I don't think I deserve them, considering it was very obvious how suspicious I was when I walked in on you and Ivy in her cubicle.
I'd say that's pretty natural under the circumstances.
Yeah, maybe. But I need to get over my jealousy of Ivy. I'm just so preconditioned to think the worst of her.
No, it's no wonder after all the stunts she's pulled. But I really get the sense that she's gone through some kind of awakening. And she's really thrown in the towel this time. I mean, I think she realizes that I'd never leave you for her or anyone else. There's nothing she can do to hurt us.
That I believe.
Then no more worrying.
Okay.
Well, with Ivy on good behavior and David having left town on an assignment, we can finally get our lives back to normal again. David did leave town, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he should be gone by now.
I've even convinced Sam and Grace that I'm her first and only legal husband. And it still doesn't pull any weight with them. Look, they're unshakable. They're so damn in love. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Well, I'll tell you what you are not going to do. You are not going to walk away from the mission I am paying you to complete. you will see it through to the end by breaking up Sam and Grace forever.
It's over, Whitney. I lost him forever. I betrayed the man I love in the worst possible way. And now he'll never forgive me.
Don't say that, Teresa.
But it's true. You didn't see the expression on his face when it hit him that I really had married Julian in Bermuda. He hates me. And you know what? I don't blame him. I doubt I'll never see him again.
You know I'm right, Liz. The man's fiancée is dead, and Diana's very much alive, so there's no way that these two are connected.
We'll find out for sure soon enough, won't we?
Oh yeah? How's that?
St. Lisa's a very small island. This is a tiny hotel. Diana and Number 9 are bound to run into each other sometime before this man sets sail for the mainland. What are you worried about, Brian? If they don't know each other like you say, then what difference is it that they meet?
None, I guess.
Then get over it. They'll probably bump into each other in the hall or here at the cafe. We'll exchange a few pleasantries, and that'll be it. He'll go on his way, and Diana will still be here on the island with you.
Liam.